The Valentine's education programs have an impressive legacy. In 1902, the museum's Board of Trustees voted unanimously to provide free educational programming to all Richmond Region schools. By the mid-20th century, thousands of Richmond children visited the Valentine each year. From the start, innovation distinguished the museum's approach, and programs were designed in collaboration with area teachers. Field trips to the Valentine engaged students in touching and investigating artifacts from the past and researching in the museum's collection. And Valentine exhibit boxes, which contained dioramas and picture collections of Richmond places, people, and architecture, were transported by train to students throughout Virginia. Today, Valentine educators carry on this legacy through field trips, city tours, and classroom visits. Programs support classroom learning and emphasize hands-on experiences, critical thinking, and the Valentine's ongoing commitment to sharing truthful history about race and slavery.
Valentine educators, they come from a variety of backgrounds. Some of them are former teachers who just love working with students. And the one thing that they all have in common is that they're passionate about history, they're passionate about outreach, they're passionate about working with our community.
Why do you think, what is this artist trying to do by showing Pocahontas with that white mask in her hand? What's she trying to say?
The Valentine educators bring just a little different angle toward the information that is presented by our museum. The educators in the various schools have their program that is largely dictated to them by the school district. And then that gives the Valentine an opportunity to illuminate and elevate the knowledge that the students get.
What we're going to do today is we're going to take a lot of the stuff that you've learned about depression and see how it was going on here in Richmond. So
today we are building on that history by offering a variety of programming opportunities so that we're meeting all of the needs for different types of classrooms and ages. So students visit us here on site, they see objects in the galleries, they visit the 1812 Wickham House. They also take walking tours, and these are ways that we can use our city as a living and breathing and changing object to learn from.
So we add in a lot of group work, a lot of teamwork into our presentations because that's something that teachers are required to do. We don't want to just lecture because that's not how teachers are teaching these days.
We are taking these primary sources and students get to put their hands on those, touch those, and they get to analyze them. And this gets them thinking about history.
What did you all learn about this?
Students are able to really get their hands on artifacts, which I think is really important because a lot of times history is just something you read about on paper. So getting to actually see it up close, I think, can make it a lot more exciting, which is really important, especially for younger students.
I like watching them discover things. I like watching them when the light bulb goes on and they have that moment. I like seeing them realize that they can apply things they've learned before to something now, but just that engagement with learning.
We are able to sort of draw these real-world connections to what they're learning about in the classroom. The emphasis on inquiry and critical thinking equips young people to ask big questions about the world and to make decisions about what they want to see in their communities and be really informed civic citizens in our community.
Everybody needs to understand where they live and what the background is so they can understand why things are the way they are. And that's what the Valentine does more than anybody else.
I enjoyed seeing you guys. Oh, this is wonderful.
See, I told you I had a cool job.